Google have just come out with an incredible launch, and they are coming straight at Perplexity, and they are also killing the web page. We've just gone through the death of clicks. Now we're going to go through the death of the web page. We're going to bring you the key features as Google expand Gemini right into your Chrome browser and give you agents to do work for you. All right, Kipp, I want to bring you through the latest launch from Google because Google are fresh out of their antitrust case, and so they come out swinging.
They're ready to get going now, huh?
They're ready to take down some companies. They've kind of replicated Perplexity comment, which I know you're a huge fan of. I'm a big fan of Perplexity, but they've disrupted search even more, and they have added some functionality to the browser that I think changes completely how we use the web.
So you're basically saying once they got out of legal trouble, they're taking it to Perplexity and they're going all in on Chrome and trying to bring AI to Chrome.
Right. Chrome is an incredible front door for the average user to start to use AI. And so expanding it to start to use Gemini is a no-brainer. But what I thought was really interesting about this launch is just how much it changes the way we search. But also, we've already gone through the death of clicks. We've talked about that, and we're going to talk about that in future shows, which is no one clicks anymore because they get the answer from AI. This is the death of web pages. And I want to give you my quick hot take on why I think this is the death of web pages. So one of their features, which is like they have the ability now to just talk to Chrome in the URL box. And one of the core features is when you are on a web page and you are talking to Chrome, Chrome has that web page preloaded into its context window. So when you're a user and you're using ChatGPT or I'm using Claude or I'm using Gemini, I upload a document and then I start querying things around that document. Now, when you're on a web page, when I'm on a web page and I ask like, when is Jordan Burroughs coming back from his injury at the weekend? Because he's one of my guys.
It's Joe, not Jordan. Joe Burrow.
Is it Joe Burrow? I always get his name. And so I want to go find out how he's doing. I know my man had a bit of an injury last week. He came off. That's bad for him. And I want to go to the web page, and I go to the web page, and I don't need to read it anymore because it preloads the web page into the context window. I can just ask Gemini. I can say, build me a table of Joe Burrow's injury record and tell me how long it usually takes him to come back from injuries. And so in that way, I don't need to click on things much anymore. But even when I want to do some research and visit all of these web pages, I don't need to read them anymore. This is amazing. Okay, so what I'm talking about here is I've gone because I really care about 10 team building ideas for any group, which I obviously...
you care a lot about, obviously.
Yeah. And so I'm like, I just really want to consume this page. This is one of the few web pages I even visit anymore because I get all of my answers from AI. And you see what's happening, right? I have a little box now up on the top right corner, and it is Gemini in my browser preloaded with this web page, and I can just start to talk to it about this web page. Not only that, but then I can do all of my follow-up conversation in the Gemini interaction.
It's opening web pages, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so this demo that we're looking at, it's opening additional web pages based on what you're answering it, but you're not browsing to any of them.
I'm not browsing.
It's basically opening them, using the data from them to power this one chat you're still in.
Right? Remember, we used to go like, query, go to page, skim page, no, that's not it, go back. Query, go to page, skim page, no, that's not it, go back. And all of us SEOs were like, wow, look at the amount of traffic we're getting. And now I'm like, I go to page, and I query about that page. I'm like, I've got 10 follow-ups. And it's not just the fact that I can do the follow-ups in Gemini. What's actually fascinating is Google have this product called AI Max. And we should do a whole show actually on AI Max. AI Max is a paid product where the AI crafts all of the paid advertising for you. Really, all you need to do is budget. And it's figuring out where you should go based upon intent. And AI mode and AI overviews are part of that. So intent is really important because keywords used to be the thing that would trigger an ad, but clicks are going down. But questions are going up, right?
I ask way more questions now than I used to.
Yeah, way more questions. And so this is great for Google because if I can monetize question volume and intent in this little box, I'm making more money. Yeah, the publisher's not getting any organic traffic, but this is cool for me, right? And so
Right.
what it's doing is it's going to actually tell you the questions you should ask. So it's actually going to prompt for you, make it easier.
What's fascinating about this, Kieran, is it creates this crazy paradox where if you're a publisher, you're going to get less visits but need to create more pages.
Right.
Because
niche pages.
you need all these niche pages to get to fuel these conversational interactions, because what you're really showing here, what's saying is like, hey, I've got this AI agent and it knows everything about this page I'm on and any other pages I open in my browser. In this case, this is Chrome, right? And that way I can just deep dive on a topic. I can keep open pages. I knew I was ahead of time, Kieran, in the fact that I always have like 100 tabs open on my browser.
Kipp's
Like I
tabs
know,
give
I
me
knew.
headaches.
This era is made for me, baby. I am going to win this era, and either that or I'm going to break the AI because it's not going to be able to handle my tabs. But it is saying like it's allowing you to go to a deep dive on a topic incredibly fast, right?
Exactly. And all the user really has to do now is understand how to open up things in tabs. Like when I'm researching, I just need to open up all of the right tabs. I immediately actually thought of you when it did the ability to pull everything in. So what we're talking about is it can pull in all of the data across your tabs into a context window. So you can open up 100 pages and just use Gemini to query those things. And so the thing I was thinking about was like a good example is, so if I'm researching, we're coming up into winter. Anyone who knows and has followed on the podcast, I like sweaters. And so I need to start to research a bunch of new sweaters to buy. Now I can just open up tons and tons of different pages and create like a table and tell it my criteria and have like an actual table across hundreds of tabs built for me sorted in the way I want of all of the kind of sweaters that I need to buy. So I think that is an incredible feature for users.
Kieran, I just as a complete side note, I have to go off that like this is just a great time to be alive. I have essentially a robot that is going to pull together all the relevant information on any topic I care about in the moment. I'm here doing the pod, and my vacuum robot just came back and docked behind me. And it's incredible. Shout out to the Matic team. And I'm about to get a cooking robot, and like, this is fantastic. Never been a better time to be alive.
You're getting a cooking robot?
Oh, Pasha.
Please, can you send me the link?
It makes everything for you. You just put in the stuff in little containers, and it's your own private chef in robot form.
Oh my God!
Shout out Team Pasha. I've been emailing with the founder. We're gonna.
This one is really cool. Find web pages you previously visited. So what I do is I go around the web and I bookmark. I've never ever revisited a bookmark ever. And so what this allows you to do is Gemini has memory, so it can recall any pages you've actually been on, and you can easily bring them up. So again, an incredible productivity save. So you can see it here. It's able to pull up any kind of pages you've talked to it before, and then they are really starting to bring the different systems together. So they are actually pulling together the ability to do things across YouTube, Maps, Calendar. So the example they give here is you can schedule meetings, you can see the location details. This is really cool. If you're looking for a specific spot on a YouTube video, you can ask Gemini in Chrome. So I'm watching video. I'm watching Marketing Against the Grain. I want to know when we start talking about NFL or robotic cooking, these kind of important subjects. I can query that in my little browser with Gemini and go to the exact point on the YouTube video. And I'll leave with this to see what you think. So here you can see it here as it's searching right. And so if people want to see how this looks, you search right in the bar. So
so instead of putting keywords in the browser bar or a web address, you're just typing out whatever you want, and it's giving you the full deep dive right there.
And this is the big one, right? It allows you to ask more complex questions. People don't search in keywords anymore, so you can see here that you're able to just continue to search in AI mode. And one of the things it just continues to do is like make it very different. It drastically changes the way we interact with content, right? Like the way I would interact with a YouTube video, I might only watch 2 minutes of that YouTube video, right? Because now I can go to the exact snippets I want and consume that snippet without having to consume the full thing. So it does really change how we actually consume content. So that's the Google killing perplexity,
so Google is basically
killing the webpage.
Out to kill perplexity.
It's going to really disrupt perplexity and perplexity comment. So here is incredible. In the coming months, they are going to be introducing agentic capabilities to Gemini and Chrome, which allows you to do tedious tasks. So you can see here is a tedious task. It is going to help buy things from Instacart for you. It can help you book flights. You can see here I've got this great shopping list from someone, and then I can just say, go buy these things from my email in Instacart. And so we can start doing tedious tasks right there in the browser. Very, very cool.
Hey everyone, we'll be right back to the show. But first, we talk all the time about Google Gemini. Google Gemini is under the radar, one of the most valuable tools in a marketer's toolbox today. And that is exactly why we at HubSpot dropped our ultimate Google Gemini guide. And this is going to be packed with exactly what marketers need to know to transform their research, transform their marketing strategy, scale their content production, everything you're going to want to need to know to do marketing better with this guide. And there's no beginner basics. These are detailed workflows. We're giving you the prompts. We're giving you everything you need to go and use Gemini to get the most out of that for your marketing. And if this is something that you're prioritizing, you're not going to want to miss this guide. You got to check it out. You can scan the link at the QR code above, or you can click the link in the description below. Now back to today's show. So this is all just got announced. We'll drop the link in, but it's still rolling out. So we'll do a bigger, longer show and some tutorials on this once we both have access to everything, Kieran, in the coming weeks. But it's pretty wild. And I think one of the reasons we wanted to show you, we wanted to give you a quick glimpse into the future, but also SEO is changing and dying, my friends. If you're watching the show as a marketer, as a business owner, if you're looking at visits to your website, everything Kieran just walked you through should tell you that the visits to that website is going to go down. But the quality of the visits you do get is going to go up. And we're going to talk more about that. All right. Thanks, everybody, for joining us on this new show of Marketing Against the Grain. We'll be back with you real soon.
This data is wrong every freaking time.
Have you heard of HubSpot? HubSpot is a CRM platform where everything is fully integrated.
Whoa, I can see the client's whole history, calls, support tickets, emails, and here's a task from 3 days ago I totally missed.
HubSpot. Grow better.